Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Wrestling Fray, and welcome to the Fray 5. Now, as some of you may have seen my recent video where I finally got a good replica World Championship belt, that was a great moment. I'm glad I could share that with y'all. And also, I apologize for looking kind of rough. When I look back at the video, I was like, ugh, okay. And I'm not even going to blame that on the pandemic. Even though I'm an essential worker, I have means of grooming. Anyway, so, and I apologize for the noise too. I am printing a huge Baby Yoda. Anyway, so I got my new championship and showed a couple of my friends, and I was like, yes, I am the world champion. And one of them was all like, please, you ain't earned that. You had to buy that. So that got me to thinking. There are some prestigious championships that have not been earned. Instead, they were either bought or just given to or just brought along. So even though the show is called Fray 5, we're doing the top 10. And this is the top 10 title reigns that were given and not earned. And we are only focusing on sanctioned titles. So we're not going to have the $1 Million Championship. We're not going to have the Internet Championship, though something really could have been there. And we're definitely not going to have the Tag Team Championships of the Universe. Those of you from the Attitude Era remember that little thing. Anyway, so we're going to start off with number 10. That would be Dolph Ziggler's World Heavyweight Championship reign. During his first reign, Dolph Ziggler was in a storyline in which he was dating Vicky Guerrero, and somehow he was given the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this whole thing was so ridiculous, I don't even count that reign. In my mind, Ziggler was only a one-time world champion. And then he lost it like less than an hour later anyway. Yeah, so that was a complete wash for him to be given that, and that was really just a waste, and I wish that just did not happen. And yet, there's only number 10, surprisingly. Number 9, RVD, ECW World Championship. Now, I know some might say it not be fair to include this because, in a sense, you could say RVD did earn this because he won the WWE Championship the Sunday before. However, so when you get to the ECW show, the WWE one, Paul Heyman awarded RVD the ECW Championship for conquering John Cena and winning the WWE Championship. Like I said, this list is about titles that was given and not earned, but this one really doesn't upset me at all. So, but yet and still, it was still given to him. So therefore it made the list, and it was at number 9. So, number 8, Mick Foley, or Mankind, the WWE Hardcore, or WWF Hardcore Championship, I should say. This is another one where is really a thin line between given and earned, because this is Mick Foley, the king of hardcore. Anyhow, during the storyline before the Survivor Series and Attitude, which involved Rock, Triple H, Stone Cold, Mankind, and so forth, Mankind was the one that was on McMahon's good side. Therefore, he was rewarded the WWF Hardcore Championship. Now, this was to appease Mankind, even though he was going to be screwed later. But the reason why this made the list is because of how far that championship actually went. That championship stayed for a long time, and it was actually one of the cornerstones of the Attitude Era going into the Ruthless Aggression Era, pretty much, with the 24-hour rule being implemented. Anyhow, so that's why I made number 8. Number 7, Mark Henry, European Championship. For a very long time, this was the only title that Mark Henry has held, and it was given to him by Jeff Jarrett because he helped Jeff Jarrett win the Intercontinental and European Championship from his former friend D'Lo Brown, and it was given to him as a reward. And yeah, it was just given, so no honor whatsoever. So nothing much I could say about that, but Henry did rebound years later with a ECW and World Heavyweight Championship reign. So can look past that, thank goodness. Midian European Championship. So this one was weird to me because Shane McMahon retired the European Championship, and then like a couple months later, out of nowhere, Midian shows up on commentary holding the belt just randomly, like no explanation. It was just given to him. Now D'Lo eventually came back and won it back, but just randomly showed up with a championship. Here we go, disrespect the European Championship again. That's probably why it's going. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But that was number 6. Number 5, Stevie Ray, WCW Television Championship. Now, this was a storyline in which Booker T was the current title holder, and he got injured by Bret Hart. And while he was out for injury, Stevie Ray pretty much took the title, and after, 30 days of Booker T not defending it, it ended up being Stevie Ray's title anyway. This was actually a pretty good storyline. You know, Chavo was involved and all that stuff. Yet and still, the title was still given to Stevie Ray, not really earned at all. Number 4, Booker T, TNA Legends Championship. Now, for a while, Booker T was carrying around some silver briefcase. Nobody knows what this was. And all of a sudden, he opens it and pulls out this championship. Now, this was, I thought this was going to be like just a wash or whatever. But then he unsuccessfully defended it against AJ Styles, thus making AJ a Grand Slam champion in TNA. And out of nowhere, this belt started to become a big part of TNA. It hung around for 8 years. In fact, let's see, it was Legends Championship, then it turned into the Global Championship, then the Television Championship, then the King of the Mountain Championship, and I think it was retired only 4 years ago. So I don't know if that was expected, but that's what happened. Number 3, Chris Kanyon, United States Championship. This was during the Invasion storyline where everything was just run amok. Of course, Booker T had both the WCW and a World and United States Championship, and I guess he didn't feel like holding them both, so he just gave one to Kanyon. So, nevertheless, that's still a reign that was just given to you. Nothing much came out of it. Wasn't much going on with that. Anyway, I like the United States title now. But that was number 3. Alright. Number 2, Randy Orton, the WWE Championship. Now, this one has a thin line as well because I believe it was No Mercy. It was supposed to be Orton versus Cena, but Cena was legitimately injured and couldn't defend the title. So as a result, he was pretty much given the title. And a weird situation with that was he ended up losing it minutes later, then ends up gaining it back a couple hours later. So, but yet and still, the first WWE Championship reign of Randy Orton was handed to him. Ain't no other way around it. Even with that, that's only number 2. And we have number 1, Triple H, World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I understand why the World Heavyweight Championship was brought into the mix. However, usually when something like that happens, you would have some type of match, a tournament, or whatever. But no. The World Heavyweight Championship was given to Triple H by Eric Bischoff. And Eric Bischoff pretty much gave some throwaway excuse talking about Triple H was the last person to officially wear this belt, therefore I'm going to award it to him. That's not the way it works, bro. Anyhow, technically that was his first World Championship reign, because that's the first time since, yeah, the WWE had control of it, because I think it was The Rock, then Undisputed. So yeah, this was Triple H's first World Heavyweight Championship title reign that was pretty much given to him, and he would pretty much grasp onto that for a while. Any reigns that I forgot to include, or any titles that was given and not earned that any of you can think about, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like or subscribe. Remember to join me next time in the Fray 5. Soon I might have a Fray forum coming, so just stay tuned. Remember to join the Fray.